What's going on? It's Trending Story. If it's your first time here and you want to find out new facts that will definitely make you smarter and more well informed, make sure to subscribe and activate the notifications bell so you don't miss anything.
Some dogs do fine living with cats, others simply cannot live safely with felines. Sometimes a dog can live with certain cats, depending on their age, temperament, and activity level, but not others. Even if your dog has successfully lived with cats in the past, it is important to remember that each dog and each cat is an individual, and therefore each introduction is different. We've all heard the phrase fighting like cats and dogs, mainly to describe two animals, or humans for that matter, that are always at odds with each other. However, relationships between cats and dogs are possible, depending on their personalities and their owners' patience and understanding. And while the initial introductory period can be tricky, this unique relationship can be quite rewarding for both species. By nature, dogs are predators and often chase things smaller than them, including cats. However, this doesn't mean that dogs and cats are not able to live in harmony. As the two most common household pets, the way dogs and cats relate to each other have a lot to do with their temperament, and whether either have had any adverse reactions to members of different species in the past. For example, a dog raising his paw to my cat may mean he wants to play, but a cat can take it as a sign of an attack, prompting the cat to swat her paw at the dog, sending her into a hissing fit. Likewise, a cat that tries to rub against the dog may be acting friendly, but a dog can interpret that as a threat, especially if the cat is near his toys or food and can cause the dog to growl or bark. However, getting a puppy and a kitten at the same time and raising them together is an option. That way, neither has previous fears of each other unless one of the animals is overly aggressive and domineering. A pit bull with a love of cats has been given his very own kitten to play with after his owner decided to get him a unique present. The 6-year-old rescue, named Bubba, has apparently been obsessed with furry felines since he was just 3 months old. When his owner, Rebecca Pizzello, got him from a shelter in Phoenix, Arizona, her roommate at the time was looking after a litter of kittens. Incredibly, Bubba got on with the baby cats immediately. He was just 3 months old at the time, but the memory stayed with him. 6 years on, Rebecca decided to get him his own cuddly companion. I always knew he'd love having one of his own, but I wanted to wait until we moved to New York City this year, Pizzello told Mail Online. Bubba has had an endless affection for cats, literally obsessed. I always knew he'd love having one of his own, but I wanted to wait until we moved to NYC this year. After weeks of applying for any baby kitten available for adoption, I finally received a call from a rescue in Brooklyn, Rebecca said. Rue stood out like no other, and I took her home as fast as I could. She was the only orange baby. The fact that Bubba and Rue have identical colorings still blows my mind. I am the luckiest. Rebecca says that she is also hoping to correct misconceptions that pit bulls are a dangerous breed. Pit bulls have had such a bad rep, and it is all for the wrong reasons. The breed is so loyal to their owners that they obey what they are taught or trained to do. In many horrible cases, there are owners out there that will train their pit bull to fight or be aggressive. The dog thinks that they are doing the right thing, purely because they are programmed to do so. Bubba is the perfect example of a sweet, gentle, and loving pup. Bubba has been the most mellow guy since the day I got him. He's actually pretty amazing, Rebecca said. Hours after arriving at home, the tiny kitten, called Rue, fell asleep on Bubba. Rebecca says she thinks that Rue believes Bubba is her mom. She's so tiny still, so it's like having a baby right now. You can't take your eyes off of her, so it's helpful that Bubba's around. If I walk away somewhere, he always follows me and knows that I will say, "Go watch your sister." And he turns around and goes and watches where she is. She tells Mail Online that she has even been surprised just how well the pair have got on with one another. They're so painfully cute. Rue is only 8 weeks, so she naturally still misses her mom. She follows Bubba around everywhere and is just starting to play. She's just learning to run. It's too cute. She hops like a bunny and is clumsy. She's so affectionate. She gives so many kisses, and it's amazing. Bubba has also developed some cat-like qualities and can often be seen giving his furry friend a bath with his tongue. After licking her into tranquility, the pair snuggle up to one another for a good night's sleep. If they aren't intertwined in each other napping, they are being goofy, rolling around on the floor or couch, Rebecca says. Rue is just starting to love food. She is too funny. I will find her trying to drink out of Bubba's ginormous water bowl. She follows him around like a little duckling, trying to replicate everything he does. Rebecca tells Mail Online that she is excited to see how the pair develop and grow up alongside one another. I knew Bubba would be filled with joy the second we walked into the door, and boy, was I right. For the first few hours, he would lay his head on my lap, watching Rue climb all over me. He knew immediately how delicate she was and to be gentle. After a few hours of adjusting, Rue had no problem climbing on Bubba's sleeping body and fell asleep herself. They instantly connected and are now inseparable. So, just as with humans, friendships take time to develop. Don't be upset if your animals don't become pals right away. Regardless, it's important to give equal amounts of attention to all your pets so no one feels left out. As Cooper puts it, it's reassuring to know that dogs and cats can coexist in a household, and that I don't have to worry about leaving them alone together. Plus, Pearl and the cat seem to each take comfort from having someone that is more like them than we are, even if they're from different species.
Thanks for watching. Please like and share the video in social networks. We'll be right back to you as fast as we can.